electric bill, cooking dinner, doing homework. Being a single parent has both positive and negative effects. Marriages don't always work. Parting ways may be the better option. Getting a divorce can have a negative effect on children, especially in the beginning. Their whole life is about to change. So as a parent, it's our responsibility to ensure that all needs are met and that they feel safe. Today I'm going to go over a few things that have an impact. Those are the financial responsibility of being a single parent, managing time with kids, and proper discipline. When you go from a double income to a single, most of the time you have to budget your spending a little more closely. We want to make sure that the kids' needs are met, and with that comes a roof over their head, food, clothes for school and play, as well as shoes and the basic necessities. As a single parent, it may not be in your budget to buy a small reward for when your child does something good. And if they are used to doing those things, then the moment you say no, that's where the emotions come in. They don't always understand the why nots of things, and as a parent, we have to reassure them. Most single parents work long hours to meet the financial needs of the family. It's necessary to run the household and raise children. Being a single parent is tough, especially when it comes to managing time with our kids. Some days you can become overwhelmed because it seems as if the day is too short. It often seems like our days are constantly rushed from the time everyone wakes up, rushes off to school, get home, do homework, and then have dinner and make it to bedtime. Making sure that we set time aside to visit or play with our kids is an important factor. Children need to feel a sense of belonging, meaning if there's no time for them, they feel neglected. Kids also need personal time to develop their own personality and independence. As difficult as it may seem, time is precious to the child as it is to the parent. Disciplining our children can be one of the most difficult things we have to enforce, as well as be consistent with, especially when there are two households. As a single parent, it can become tough to discipline the child with fear of upsetting the other parent. Proper discipline as well as communication is extremely important. It can be effective and work on both sides as long as both parents are on the same page. Keeping communication about these things is vital to your child. There are many times when one parent enforces discipline, but the other does not. That creates an issue with the child because they see it as no fun. Of course, when you're young, you want to go to the place where you can play, where you can do what you want to do without repercussion for doing something wrong. Things seem better at one place than the other because you can do what you want. Unfortunately, without discipline, when the child gets older, there can become issues such as behavioral and not knowing the difference between right and wrong and not being able to play fair. As long as the child knows the reason for discipline and that they are loved unconditionally, that's the most important. So these are just a few impacts of being a single parent. It doesn't always have to be a stressful situation. Keeping the kids first and proper communication is a big factor in managing time, keeping up with financial burdens, and proper discipline. Keeping our children happy is the most important of all.